If you have any kind of test taking anxiety, then this video is for you. We're going to go through CPA specific strategies and what to expect on the exam. We spend so much time studying the content of the CPA exam, and if we don't take a few minutes to prepare for what might distract us on the exam, then our performance can be affected. So with that, let's jump in. So let's talk through what to expect on CPA exam day. First, you want to show up to the Prometric Center 30 minutes ahead of time. You want to bring 2 government-approved forms of ID and your notice to schedule. This is going to include your launch code that is essential to starting your exam. One of the most stressful parts I found about the exams was entering the test room and exiting the test room each time. You have to sign in, you have to scan your fingerprint on a fingerprint scanner, and you may have to be searched as well each time you go into the room of computers and come out. So there is time for a free break in the middle of the exam. So then you would come out and have to go through this process, and it counts against your time. Any time that's spent checking out and being scanned by somebody is counting against the time of your break. So you just need to be prepared for the few minutes that you might lose because of the check-in, check-out process. Next, you want to be aware of the type of room that you're testing in. Remember that these Prometric testing centers are for people taking all types of exams. So they're full of rows of computers, and that can be really noisy for everyone typing. Now, some centers offer earplugs, but you can also bring soft earplugs as long as they're not connected. So I would definitely advise that so that you're not distracted by the noise that other test takers are making. If you like this style of teaching, my CPA exam review course offers over 30 hours of video lectures. In these video lectures, I carefully follow the 𝗖𝗚CPA blueprints to make sure that you learn everything you need to pass your exams. So now let's talk about the actual structure of the exam. Every CPA exam will be the same. You're going to have 2 welcome screens. They're going to be 5 minutes each. So this is a great time to write out any notes you want to on the paper that you have, just to get any thoughts that you have onto paper before you start, and just to take a moment to make sure that you're relaxed before you start your exam. So you have these 2 5-minute screens. Then you start your first testlet. So every exam has 5 testlets. You have a total of 4 hours to complete the testlets. The first 2 testlets are multiple choice questions, and the last 3 testlets are task-based simulations. And like I said earlier, after the 3rd testlet, you get a free 20-minute break, but you're allowed to take a break at any other point. It just simply counts against your time. Now, the biggest timing strategy I can give you for the exam is to know how many minutes you want per MCQ and per sim, and to keep track of whether you're ahead of time or behind throughout the exam. So first, you can roughly estimate 120 minutes for the MCQs and 120 for the sims. So then divide 120 by the number of MCQs, and that's the number of minutes per MCQ, and then do the same for the task-based simulations. So then as you're going throughout the exam, every 10 questions or so, take note of whether you're ahead of time or behind on where you're supposed to be. For the MCQ testlets, keep in mind that you can go through all of the MCQs before you submit the testlet. So when you're first going through the testlet, you can skip the most difficult questions and then come back to them based on how much time you have. That way you don't waste too much time on a question that you can't even find the correct answer for. And I just wanted to highlight that it's okay to take breaks in addition to the free break that the test makers give you. It's much better to take a break when you're feeling overwhelmed during the exam than to just rush through the exam and have poor results. So maybe you step outside the test room for 10-15 minutes, but then you take time to feel more calm, and then you go back with a better mindset rather than staying in the test room and then going through several questions in a row, getting them incorrect. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, it's okay just to take a few minutes, step out, and take a break even if it counts against your time. Now, one option that Prometric offers is called the test drive. This is where you go to the Prometric testing center for 30 minutes, and you get to actually go into the testing room, go through all the normal procedures that you'll face on the exam day, and you get to actually see the CPA software. So this is a 30-minute run through for $30, and this could give you a good idea of what to expect on exam day without actually having to face the actual exam yet. So I hope this video has helped you to feel just a little bit better going into your CPA exams. Thanks for watching.